Welcome to the Bible Quiz. Today, we embark on an enthralling exploration delving into the captivating lives of Leah and Rachel, two pivotal figures in the rich tapestry of biblical history. As we journey through the pages of their intertwined stories, we will unravel the complex dynamics, challenges, and triumphs that shape the lives of these sisters. From the twists and turns of their relationships to the moments of profound significance, Leah and Rachel's narrative is a compelling testament to the intricate threads that weave through the human experience. Join us on this illuminating adventure, featuring 25 multiple-choice questions meticulously crafted to shed light on the various facets of Leah and Rachel's lives. Each question is designed not only to deepen your understanding of these biblical figures, but also to provide an engaging and insightful learning experience. Let's get started. Question 1. Whose children are Leah and Rachel in the Bible? A. Abraham and Hagar. B. Isaac and Rebekah. C. Abraham and Sarah. D. Laban and Milcah. You get 10 seconds. That's D. Laban and Milcah, Genesis chapter 29, verse 16. Now Laban had two daughters. The name of the older was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel. Leah and Rachel, two daughters of Laban. Leah is the older sister. Rachel is the younger sister. Question 2. How is Leah described? A. Weak eyes. B. Ugly. C. Slow. D. Beautiful. You get 10 seconds. That's A. Weak eyes. Genesis chapter 29, verse 17. Leah had weak eyes. The term weak eyes is thought to be a metaphor for her lack of physical beauty. In the cultural context of the time, physical appearance was highly valued, especially in the context of marriage. Question 3. What are Rachel's outstanding characteristics? A. Kind. B. Beautiful. C. Agile. D. Talented. You get 10 seconds. That's B. Beautiful. Genesis chapter 29, verse 17. But Rachel had a lovely figure and was beautiful. Rachel is specifically described as having a lovely figure and was beautiful. This description emphasizes her physical beauty, which is notably contrasted with the description of her sister Leah. Question 4. Leah and Rachel were married to which same man? A. Esau. B. Isaac. C. Jacob. D. Ishmael. You get 10 seconds. That's C. Jacob. Leah and Rachel both married Jacob, an important character in the Bible. Their story appears in the book of Genesis, and their complex relationship forms an important part of the story. Question 5. Which of the two sisters was the first to see Jacob? A. Leah. B. Rachel. C. Both. D. No one. You get 10 seconds. That's B, Rachel. Genesis chapter 29, verses 9 to 10. While he was still talking with them, Rachel came with her father's sheep, for she was a shepherd. Jacob saw Rachel, daughter of his uncle Laban. Jacob meets Rachel while she is tending her father's sheep. Recognizing her as his cousin, the daughter of his uncle Laban, this moment marks the beginning of Jacob's love for Rachel. Adored mate, subscribe today and become part of our community. May God bless you. Question 6. And who wins Jacob's affection? A, Rachel. B, Leah. C, both. D, no one. You get 10 seconds. That's A, Rachel. Genesis chapter 29, verse 18. Jacob was in love with Rachel. In this verse, Jacob's feelings are directed toward Rachel. He agreed to work 7 years to prove his clear and strong preference for Rachel over Leah. Question 7. What did Jacob do to be able to marry Rachel? A, paid a large sum of money. B, went on a long journey. C, defeated Rachel's suitors. D, worked for 7 years. You get 10 seconds. That's D, worked for 7 years. Genesis chapter 29, verse 18. And said, I'll work for you 7 years in return for your younger daughter Rachel. Jacob agreed to work for 7 years for Laban, Rachel's father, as a bride price to marry Rachel. This demonstrates Jacob's deep love and commitment towards Rachel. Question 8. How did Laban deceive Jacob during Rachel's wedding? A, canceled the wedding. B, requires extra labor. C, sent Jacob away. D, substituted Leah for Rachel. You get 10 seconds. That's D, substituted Leah for Rachel. Genesis chapter 29, verses 23 to 25. But when evening came, he took his daughter Leah and brought her to Jacob, and Jacob made love to her. When morning came, there was Leah. So Jacob said to Laban, What is this you have done to me? I served you for Rachel, didn't I? Why have you deceived me? Laban deceived Jacob by substituting Leah for Rachel after Jacob had worked 7 years to marry Rachel. This resulted in Jacob marrying Leah first and then Rachel, in exchange for more years of service. Question 9. How did the Lord bless Leah for being unloved? A, gave her wealth. B, made her beautiful. C, get her pregnant. D, sent her a prophet. You get 10 seconds. That's C, get her pregnant. Genesis chapter 29, verse 31. When the Lord saw that Leah was not loved, he enabled her to conceive. The Lord responded to Leah's situation of being less loved than Rachel by enabling her to conceive children. This action by the Lord highlights his compassion and care for Leah. Question 10. How many children did Leah then bear for Jacob? A, 7, B, 8, C, 9, D, 10. You get 10 seconds. That's A. 7. Genesis chapter 29, verses 32 to 35, and Genesis chapter 30, verses 17 to 21. Across these passages, Leah bears 6 sons for Jacob: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. Additionally, she gives birth to a daughter named Dinah. Question 11. How does Rachel react when she cannot have children like Leah? A. Silent. B. Jealous. C. Sad. D. Happy. You get 10 seconds. That's B. Jealous. Genesis chapter 30, verse 1. When Rachel saw that she was not bearing Jacob any children, she became jealous of her sister. So she said to Jacob, "Give me children or I'll die." Rachel cannot have children and feels jealous of her sister Leah. She tells her husband Jacob that if she doesn't have children, she will die, showing her strong desire and desperation. Question 12. And then, what request did she make? A. Pray to God. B. Ask for help from Laban. C. Jacob left Leah. D. Ask Jacob to sleep with her maid. You get 10 seconds. That's D. Ask Jacob to sleep with her maid. Genesis chapter 30, verse 3. Then she said, "Here is Bilhah, my servant. Sleep with her so that she can bear children for me, and I too can build a family through her." When Rachel could not bear children like Leah, she gave her maid, Bilhah, to Jacob to bear children in her place. Question 13. How many children did Rachel's servant give her? A. 1. B. 2. C. 3. D. 4. You get 10 seconds. That's B. 2. Genesis chapter 30, verses 5 to 7. She became pregnant and bore him a son. Rachel's servant Bilhah conceived again and bore Jacob a second son. Bilhah bore 2 children to Rachel, Dan and then Naphtali. Both times Rachel felt happy and felt like she had won over her older sister, Leah. Question 14. What did Leah do when she saw Rachel's servant giving birth? A. Become jealous. B. Share joy with Rachel. C. Pray for the newborn child. D. Let her servant give birth. You get 10 seconds. That's D. Let her servant give birth. Genesis chapter 30, verses 9 to 12. She took her servant Zilpah and gave her to Jacob as a wife. Zilpah bore Jacob a second son. Leah sought to increase her own standing among her husband's wives. She decided to give her own servant Zilpah to Jacob as a concubine. Zilpah then bore 2 sons, Gad and Asher, and this was part of the competitive dynamics between Leah and Rachel in the biblical narrative. Question 15. Whose son found ginseng in the wheat harvest? A. Leah. B. Rachel. C. Zilpah. D. Bilhah. You get 10 seconds. That's A. Leah, Genesis chapter 30, verse 14. During wheat harvest, Reuben went out into the fields and found some mandrake plants which he brought to his mother Leah. Reuben, Leah's son, found the ginseng plants and brought them back to his mother. Ginseng is believed to aid fertility, which is important in Leah's competition with Rachel to bear children. Question 16. How did Rachel respond upon seeing the ginseng fruit? A. Ignored it. B. Rejected it. C. Requested it. D. Shared it with Leah. You get 10 seconds. That's C. Requested it. Genesis chapter 30, verse 14. Rachel said to Leah, "Please give me some of your son's mandrakes." Rachel asks Leah for some of Reuben's mandrakes, believing they might help her conceive. This reflects the sisters' rivalry over fertility, a key theme in their relationship. Question 17. Leah's response to Rachel's mandrake request. A. Bargained. B. Refused angrily. C. Ignored. D. Gave freelies. You get 10 seconds. That's B. Refused angrily. Genesis chapter 30, verse 15. But she said to her, "Wasn't it enough that you took away my husband? Will you take my son's mandrakes too?" Leah responded to Rachel's request for the ginseng plant with disappointment and a sense of injustice, that Rachel had won much of Jacob's affection. Leah's reaction demonstrates the family complications and emotional difficulties she faces. Question 18. What did Rachel agree to in exchange for the mandrakes? A. Give jewelry. B. Give to the servant. C. Allow Leah to sleep with Jacob. D. Nothing. You get 10 seconds. That's C. Allow Leah to sleep with Jacob. Genesis chapter 30, verse 15. Rachel said, Jacob, can sleep with you tonight in return for your son's mandrakes. Rachel agrees to let Leah spend a night with Jacob in exchange for Leah's son's mandrakes, believed to aid fertility. This highlights the rivalry and complex dynamics in their shared marriage with Jacob. Question 19. What did Leah use as currency for hiring Jacob? A. Mandrakes. B. A feast. C. Jewelry. D. Livestock. You get 10 seconds. That's A. Mandrakes. Genesis chapter 30, verse 16. Leah went out to meet him. "You must sleep with me," she said. "I have hired you with my son's mandrakes." So he slept with her that night. Leah uses the ginseng plants she has acquired to request a night with Jacob as a form of exchange for spending time with Jacob, reflecting the complex marital and family dynamics between Leah, Rachel, and Jacob. Question 20. What did God do for Rachel after hearing her prayer? A. Give her property. B. Heal her. C. Get her a new servant. D. Helped her conceive. You get 10 seconds. That's D, helped her conceive. Genesis chapter 30, verse 22. The Lord listened to her and helped her conceive. God listened and helped Rachel conceive, responding to her great desire to have a child. This not only helped Rachel overcome her jealousy of Leah, but also demonstrated God's care and compassion for Rachel. Question 21. What is the name of Rachel's firstborn son? A. Dan. B. Naphtali. C. Joseph. D. Benjamin. You get 10 seconds. That's C, Joseph. Genesis chapter 30, verses 23 to 24. She became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Joseph. Joseph's birth was especially meaningful for Rachel, who suffered and was jealous of her sister for not being able to have children. Question 22. What does Rachel say about Joseph's birth? A. He is a gift from God. B. God rewarded her. C. He will bring good luck. D. God took away her shame. You get 10 seconds. That's D. God took away her shame. Genesis chapter 30, verse 23. She gave birth to a son and said, God has taken away my disgrace. This statement reflects her relief and joy at finally having a child after struggling with infertility, and it highlights the cultural importance of motherhood at the time. Question 23. What did Rachel pray for after giving birth to Joseph? A. Peace. B. Another son. C. Wealth. D. Health for Joseph. You get 10 seconds. That's B. Another son. Genesis chapter 30, verse 24. May the Lord add to me another son. After giving birth to Joseph, Rachel prayed for another son, reflecting her constant desire to have more children to strengthen her position and full and prosperous future in the family. Question 24. How many sons did Leah and Rachel have with Jacob? A. 8. B. 10. C. 12. D. 14. You get 10 seconds. That's C. 12. According Genesis chapter 29 and Genesis chapter 30. Leah and Rachel and their 2 servants gave birth to a total of 12 sons for Jacob. These children later became the fathers of the 12 tribes of Israel. Question 25. Finally, where did Leah, Rachel, and their family go? A. Canaan. B. Egypt. C. Gilead. D. Mesopotamia. You get 10 seconds. That's A. Canaan. Genesis chapter 31, verses 17 to 18. Then Jacob put his children and his wives on camels, and he drove all his livestock ahead of him, along with all the goods he had accumulated in Paddan Aram, to go to his father Isaac in the land of Canaan. Jacob his wives Leah and Rachel and their children left Paddan Aram to return to Canaan, the homeland of his father, Isaac. This move marked a change in their family's residence and the beginning of a new chapter in their lives in Canaan. Oh wow, what an odyssey through the sacred verses, testing the waters of your biblical wisdom. How did your journey unfold? Whether you mastered the quiz or uncovered hidden gems, always remember, the Word of God is an endless tapestry, beckoning us to unravel its mysteries. If this expedition spoke to your soul, show some love and extend the invitation to your friends and family to join us on this divine escapade. And of course, hit that subscribe button for more mind-bending quizzes and profound biblical revelations. Your thoughts matter. Drop your scores, questions, or suggestions in the comments. Let's collectively deepen our grasp of God's divine narrative. Thank you for being a fellow traveler on this enlightening path. May your spiritual compass guide you, and until our next rendezvous, stay blessed and stay curious.